So I challenged Game Dev Simplified to a competition in which I was not prepared for, to be totally honest.
JTAGames, this is him. He has challenged me to a friendly competition to compare Unity and Godot. So
Unity's superiority.
Well, that's what he says now, but I guess we'll see.
1 week later.
All you could do in my game was move around. I decided to do the easy thing for my game, and that was make Pokemon. Because it was a Game Boy game, so maybe it wouldn't be too difficult. Turns out making a turn-based thing when you've never done it before is actually a lot harder than you would think. The bones to the system were already in place, but it hadn't worked yet, and I just wasn't finished. I was still in research mode, trying to cram in as much as possible. So when Game Dev Simplified paid my game, it was literally a walking square. I eventually did have a working game with a turn-based system that was a lot of fun. You can battle 1, 2, 3, or 4 people at the same time. And then you can click moves and stuff and use them. I think I only put in punch and kick or something like that. So yeah, I had a finished game after the fact and a new tutorial for a notification handler. But what did I learn in the process? Which game engine was better? Honestly, if you want a quick and easy way to learn how to make 2D games, Godot is probably better.
What do you think was Unity's highlight? Why would you say Unity is better than Godot in the sense of 2D? So we did 2D.
I know that might upset all the Unity fans out there, but just for speed, it's better to develop with, unless you just use an asset from the Unity asset store, which is totally viable. I don't know why people hate on using assets so much and just die on a hill of everything must be made from scratch. But that's the truth. Unity has always been kind of an in-between engine. You can get just as good at games as you can pull out of Godot, and just as good at games as you can pull out of Unreal.
Where would Unity shine?
Ironically, I think that the thing that makes Unity, man, I know I said Unity was better, but I don't just want to say better, but what gives Unity an advantage in some areas is that you can do 2.5D.
Oh yeah.
You can use 3D stuff for your 2D game really simply. If you want actual lights shining on your sprites and stuff like that, Unity has a bunch of stuff for that. And I didn't get too much into my game, but I just like the flexibility that Unity has between using different things.
I will always use Unity. It's my favorite. I like being in between. I like being able to make high quality 3D games and the possibility of making high quality 2D games that I obviously, judging by this competition, have spent not enough time doing. But what else did I learn in the competition?
You say Godot was better in 2D.
Well, okay, I will say, first of all, to the audience, to be fair, I am a bit more experienced in 2D. And if we were to switch roles and I were to do 3D and JTA were to do 3D, I would probably have been crushed. But I will say, in general, I feel like Godot's learning curve is a lot faster and easier. So it kind of goes compared to Unity, whereas doing something very simple like a physics system or just making a platformer, the steps are a lot harder. So one step for me for making, as you guys saw, for the platformer was one line of code or 2 steps. It was 1 or 2 steps. Whereas Unity, you would have to kind of do 5, 6 steps. It's just a very big hassle. So I feel like Godot is a lot more beginner friendly. I will say that. That's the first thing. But also the complexity is still there, but the learning curve to get to that complexity is a lot easier. Whereas Unity kind of makes it a bit harder.
I'll just quickly clarify that Unity's learning curve isn't that bad, but when it comes to 2D specifically, I know a bunch of people that use Unity a lot will be like, no, it's super easy if you do this or whatever. But for me personally, when I was trying to get into this, without just dragging and dropping in a free asset that had everything pre-built for me because I had a specific idea that I wanted to do, without doing that, the learning curve was kind of ridiculous for 2D stuff. 3D has always been I can drag and drop and just go for it. But I've been using Unity for like 5 years, and I had a hard time with the tile map, which I've used before. I had a hard time with like getting just a simple platformer controller, which obviously, like, what's it called? Hollow Knight was made in Unity, so it should have been. I expected it to be easier than it was, and I thought I would like have a chance, or at least have a finished game.
As a last note, just do keep in mind for the audience out there who don't know this, Unity as a company, like they're an actual company. Whereas Godot, they're a company, but not really. So it's an open source, and it means that anyone can kind of download it and not only do whatever they want, but they can make changes themselves. So like you're like, I want this feature. Well, okay, you can do it. You can make that feature and just push it to Godot. Whereas Unity, you can't really do that, right? It's owned by a company. You can't just change the engine. That doesn't make sense. Godot is built on you guys. It's built on the community and who we have using it. So that is something I'll consider that an advantage, just because there are some things that kind of get implemented into Godot a lot faster, or they're more current, whereas Unity might not do that just because they are still a company, right? So they kind of think more about the finances and stuff like that.
Some things might get imported into Unity faster, but like he was saying, it's not going to be the things that you want. It's going to be the things that are best for a company. Like Unity will update its monetization features in a day. They'll update their multiplayer stuff in a day. Like it took them a long time to get their newest multiplayer stuff out, but they were working on it and making it super robust. Whereas like other small features that Godot would have implemented like that will take Unity forever, because like if it's not going to make the money, then they have to really think about like, is this worth it? And a lot of times
do we
they're
really
much better
want to? Yeah.
Yeah, they're nicer companies, so they do keep the opinions of the people in mind a lot more than other companies will, which is why I like Unity, but it's not as fast as open source stuff.
So hopefully, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this little fun thing that we did. Hopefully you guys kind of make your own decision on which one you would want to use. If you don't do game dev at all, and this is your first video watching it, do definitely take into consideration these things that we talked about. And that's it for me. Do you have anything else to say as last notes?
Yeah, we talked about at the beginning of this, just like last thing, like we talked about, like, we're just kind of trashing on each other, like Unity's better and Godot is better. But at the end of the day, there's actually a lot more engines out there than just Unity, Godot, and Unreal. There's like 20 something that I've found that like seem interesting. So the best game engine is honestly the one that you're most interested and the one that you're going to use the most. So it's just up to you. There's like, obviously, if you're going to do only 2D games, and Godot is implementing more 3D stuff, but if you're going to use only 2D games and you want that kind of workflow, then Godot's the way to go. If you're like me, where I envision myself bouncing between like 2D and 3D, then for me, Unity is the way to go. And then like, you got Unreal and you have all this stuff out there. Even Blender, like the 3D modeling software, has their own game engine that I'm interested in. So
yeah, I don't know. I would say personally, if I were to re-choose like an engine, just go do your research. Like go look on YouTube, look at like the amount of tutorials there are on a specific engine, like a Unity tutorial, there's like 50,000 or whatever, right? Maybe there's a new engine that just released. It might not be the best thing to do, just because the documentation might not be out there yet. There's probably no tutorials on it yet, right? So definitely take those things into consideration as you're choosing an engine. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned how to choose an engine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's it for me.
Take it easy.
Yeah. See you guys.
I think I got the setup. I'm finally going to test out Dev Simplified's game, and let's see how terrible Godot is. I don't know why these lights just randomly turned on, but there you go. Pretty cool transition. Stupid. I didn't even think of trash talking Godot in my game. I should have. Use try clicking P. I feel like that doesn't do anything. Button is reload. Freaking. I feel like Q doesn't do anything either. Whoa.
Oh, it's teleports. That's how it dashes. It teleports. R might do something too. You can also shoot with your mouse. R. Okay, R is reload as well. Level 2. Good work. You completed this level. Would you like to go on to the next level? Yeah. Pretty cool. Oh. Oh, damn it. I mean, darn it. Frick. It's the same as the NPC guys. Well, I died instantly. Okay. Oh, I'm already, okay. Run away. These weapons, I need stronger guns. Freaking Z. Oh. Can I recharge my health? This is really hard. Or I'm just bad at video games. Either one would not surprise me. No. Oh no. I also have no point of reference where. Okay, so I'm just in a box. Leave me alone. No. What the hell? I'm just gonna, reload. I demand stronger bullets. And bigger hitboxes for the enemies. Okay. I think that is it to this game. It was made shop. Pretty cool treasures. Every time. Okay, I have 100 gold. Increase max HP. Oh, there you go. What? You need more gold, you idiot. You're an idiot. Okay. Maybe I can live now. Yeah, that's right. I have more health now. Stupid. Yeah. I can't move while reloading. Can I go to the shop again? Never mind, I'm just gonna play again. Do. What the heck? Am I trying to kill these guys or just stun them? Also, try again leads to the main menu, not the playing thing again, so constructive criticism, that's wrong. 10 gold. Okay, I want more health. It says +7. Cost 100. Oh, got it.